Alright, third time lucky. My apologies for those of you who tried to get onto the stream the first few times. Some technical issues, but welcome back to another late night in the BrewLab with me, Lone Fox. Tonight in the BrewLab I'm coming at ya with Orzhov list, and like I prefaced in the video description down below, everybody's already seen a lot of, especially in the first week of standard 2022 meta, the mono white version of this list that's playing, Monk of the Open Hand, Paladin Class, Clarion Spirit, and then it was Skyclave Apparition, the Snow Lady, Valkyrie, Valkymera, the dual-faced one, and then some other variation of either the 4-drop Angel or others. But that was just so boring to me, and everybody's already seen that. So, and also there's some clear problems with the deck. Like if you're not on the play, if you don't get the best possible cards, it can easily go wrong for you quite quickly. And the most important problem is that there isn't any removal except for Skyclave Apparition. They don't have any other removal in the whole deck, and no card draw. So I thought to myself, look, we're already trying to do the double spell thing from Kaldheim. Let's put in black instead of just running it as a mono white list. That'll give us access to a lot more of these cards that have the whenever you cast your second spell each turn text written on them, and it'll give us access to some great removal cards. And so that's what I did. I just slotted in black. I put in all the other cards that say whenever you cast your second spell. Bloodsky Berserker is a freaking house. I'm going to read all of these for you in a second. Also very underplayed in my opinion in this type of list, Doomskar Oracle, which gives us a little bit of life gain, which also the other variant of the deck does not have. This guy has flying eventually, also really cool. And there's so many artifacts, enchantments, and planewalkers that Fracture is just becoming a must-have in any deck that plays these colors, in my opinion. There's all the class enchantments. There's the planeswalkers all over the place. Lolth, Professor Onyx, what's her name, Kaya. They're everywhere right now with the blood money decks, and so 3 copies of Fracture is just fantastic removal for that. Okay, so before I get sidetracked and lose myself, let's jump into the deck tech. I'm going to read the cards from left to right, and then sort of describe to you what it is that we're trying to do, what are the win cons, and then we'll jump into some gameplay footage, and then we'll wrap up at the end of the video, where usually what I do is, if I've made some adjustments to the deck, I will talk about why I've done those adjustments along the way, and then I will upload that latest version to either hub and put it in the description down below the video for you guys to copy later and hopefully enjoy. Alright, so Orzhov double spell. We start off with Monk of the Open Hand, which is cool when they do this. It'll these cross-set little synergies, because this is from AFR, but it has a similar text to the Clarion Spirit. So whenever you cast your second spell each turn, put a +1/+1 counter on Monk of the Open Hand. So we need a few low, easy to drop 1 and 2 drops, lots of them, so that we can get these triggers off as many times as possible. And one of these easy to drop 1 mana cards is Paladin Class, which is of course fantastic in this deck. Not only does it make it a little tougher for the opponent to counter your spells, because when it's our turn and we cast something, they need to spend an additional colorless to cast anything with instant or flash or whatever. So it's a pretty nice way to sort of stall down a few of the early game counter spells. And we're running 4 copies of Bloodchief's Thirst just because it's incredibly good removal, and because it's a 1-drop, so you can, you know, straight away maybe drop a Monk of the Open Hand turn 2, and then also remove their turn 2 play for 1 mana, and put some counters on the Monk of the Open Hand. So that's our 1-drops. And then we switch up to our 2-drops. We've got Clarion Spirit. Everybody's seen this card. It's super duper good, of course. It's an endless machine of little chump blockers, and it creates a 1/1 flying creature token with Spirit as the type whenever you cast your second spell each turn. So, you know, we're trying to, again, keep trying to double spell every single turn, grow your little Spirit army so that you can either block things or keep attacking in the air, and get our opponent's life down to 0. Next up, Bloodsky Berserker. This is kind of the card I chose as the box cover because it's just super duper good. Whenever you cast your second spell each turn, you put 2 counters on Bloodsky Berserker. Not just the 1 like on the Monk, but 2. And it gains menace until end of turn. So a great little way to get through for that damage. It's I labeled this as a mid-range aggro deck on either hub, because it's somewhere in between that. Like it's, if you can get the aggro plan going, then great, you're gonna smash people's faces in. If that doesn't work out, it sort of morphs into a slightly more mid-rangey deck, and I'll explain a bit more about that in a second. Then next up, removal. We've already talked about Fracture, and then of course Vanishing Verse. These 2 cards are just fan-bloody-tastic. They cost the same, they're both instant speed. Vanishing Verse, there's so many mono-colored cards, mono-colored decks in the meta right now. This gets rid of every single Planeswalker, this gets rid of all the classes, this gets rid of, except for Fighters class, this gets rid of, you know, mono green particularly. This suffers against this card, because unless they've got Snakeskin Veil up, you can get rid of anything that they play, a Seeker's Chariot, you name it, any mono colored permanent, boom, 2 mana instant speed. And then Fracture, artifacts, enchantments, planeswalkers, just amazing. Obvious 3 of each, and also helps us get those double triggers off because they're cheap spells. So we can, you know, get the double spell every turn happening. Next up are 3-drops, 3 of each. Doomskar Oracle can be foretold and then cast for 1, which really helps the whole double spell thing, because if you don't have something geared up for the following turn, rather foretell it, save it there for 1 mana, and then you might draw a Clarion Spirit or one of the other cards, and then you can drop it and another one for very low cost, and keep the double spells happening. And then there's Infernal Pet, which no one really played much of because it isn't that good, but in this deck it's been putting in some work, because again, whenever you cast your second spell each turn, you put a +1/+1 counter on it, and it gains flying until end of turn. So we've got menace and flying and life gain. So whenever you cast your second spell each turn with a Doomskar Oracle in play, you gain 2 life. So lots of synergies going on with the second spell each turn. We're really trying to, every single turn, try to cast 2 spells. Once we run out of cards, then you start to play a little bit more carefully. Okay, we drew one that will affect this double spell trigger. Okay, we might have to skip a turn and not cast something this turn and hopefully draw something else the next turn, so then we can double spell. But there is a tiny bit of card draw in the deck, hidden in two ways. One of them is the Silverquill Command, which I've been dying to play. I think it's one of the best commands. It's just struggles to find a good home, but I love the card, I love the art, and I love all of the modes on it. Okay, so target creature gets +3/+3 and gains flying until end of turn. So you put that on, like, you know, your Bloodsky Berserker. After you've gotten a couple of these, you know, you get 2 turns where you double cast on top of the Bloodsky Berserker. It's become a 3/3 5/5, and then you put in another 3/3. It's an 8/8 with flying and menace. Okay, then the second mode, return target creature card with mana value 2 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. So everything in these 2 columns can come straight back to the battlefield. Pretty cool. Reanimate your stuff. Then here's the card draw. Target player draws a card, loses 1 life. So you of course target yourself, and then it also can be removal. you know, especially for those ones that you can't target, like with Ward, or like Goldspan Dragon that you don't want to target because he gets a treasure. It's kind of like a Soul Seer in the sense that they have to sacrifice a creature. If it's the only creature on the board, poof, it's gone. You don't even have to target it. So 3 of Silverquill Command, great card. And then this is the real cool card that sort of morphs the deck into a bit more of a mid-rangey thing. If you do get hit by a sweeper and you don't get your aggro plan off properly, you can start to bring stuff back with the Silverquill Command. And then you can start to bring your Monks of the Open Hand back from the graveyard with the second +1. So that's also kind of card draw. You're not getting it off the top of your library, but it is putting things from your graveyard into your hand, so then you can keep double spelling and rebuild your board again after a board wipe. So three copies of Grandmaster of Flowers. I think it's a great card. I love this card. And you know, the first +1 on it is really good as well, because if they have a big creature on the field that you can't get around, you just keep +1ing it and give you time to grow your creatures bigger, and stop it from killing your Grandmaster, so that it can get to become a 7/7 dragon god creature with flying and indestructible called Bahamut. So pretty damn cool. And you'll be surprised how many times you can get to do that, because we gum up the board with all the little spirits from the Clarion Spirit, and so there's and you know, you can +1 the first one on his creatures so they can't attack. There's, unless they've got like specific you know, Planeswalker removal in hand, it's quite easy to get him to 7, even though that's a whole 4 turns he needs to be on the battlefield. You'll be surprised. So the mana curve tops out at 4. The most expensive cards in the deck cost 4 mana. So for that reason, I've dropped down to 22 lands, which has, you know, then opened up the ability to have a little bit extra removal, which is what I wanted. And so far, it hasn't been too much of a problem. That is the one thing that we might change probably before the end of the video, but we'll have to see how it goes. Hello, Billy. How are you, brother? Welcome to the stream. You called me just at the end of the deck tech. So win con is quite straightforward. Go for face. Keep growing your creatures big. You can level up your Paladin class. Level 2 makes all your creatures get +1/+1. Level 3, whenever you attack until end of turn, target attacking creature gets +1/+1 for each other attacking creature and gains double strike. So if you've even got like 3 or 4 little things on the field, and you've made your Clarion Spirits into 2/2s because you've leveled up your Paladin class, it's the game-ending strike. Win con number 2. Grandmaster of Flowers getting to become a 7/7 god creature with flying and indestructible and attacking in. Win con number 3 is just, you know, aggro plan. Monk of the Open Hand, Clarion Spirit, Bloodsky Berserker, boom, 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 make lots of little tiny tokens and just keep attacking every turn, especially against those ramp decks. They're trying to like get to turn 5, turn 6. You usually can get them pretty low, and if you do get hit by a sweeper, then you can, you know, rebuild and push through for the final little bit of damage. That's the deck. Let's jump into some games. At this point in the stream, I always like to ask everybody to kindly consider subscribing to the channel if they have not done so already. I've just broken 135 subs. I'm super duper stoked with the progress. I'm trying to reach 150 by the end of the month, so your support is much appreciated. And of course, do all the other good stuff, you know, like, comment, and hit the bell icon if you would like to be notified of my future video uploads and streams. Alright, Mulligan. Playing against Natsu. I went down to 74% of the deck, other jank I was playing, and managed to claw my way back up to 78 today, so I'm pretty happy about that. Make them think it's a Doomskar. But it's not. It's a Doomskar Oracle. Okay, dice rolling. Shiz. waste your mana on the Barbarian class, I will remove it if possible. Oof. Has he got a counter? Could be reject. Curate. Okay. That's fine. Cool card, actually. Two life. Grandmaster next turn. Some removal. Nice. Go and fetch a monk so that we can double spell next turn.
Come be a hero.
Probably goes Clarion Spirit first. Bling bling. Shkabling shkabling. Okay, reject. Gets exiled. That's okay.
Take a moment to consider your actions.
Unfortunately, that's exiled. We can't go fetch it back. That's quite disappointing. Okay. He's digging. He's a digging. More people running this instead of Sword coming now because of the option to draw 2, discard 2, but I don't like that too much. If it was draw 2, discard 1, I might run it more often, but I still think Sword coming is the better removal spell. That's good.
Look how talented my disciples are.
Bahamut next turn. He 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 he. Trying to make it so that you guys can see the loyalty of the Planeswalker. And down here, up here. Probably like that. Then you can't see the phases. Whoop. Just make me a little smaller. That's alright. Over the Lena, baby.
Always triumph. Rise to evil's challenges.
Triggers, baby. It's just full swing. Good game. Keep up the pressure. Keep up the pressure with this deck. Don't let them breathe for a second. If you can attack, attack. Sorry about the lighting, guys. I'm just trying not to wake up the little boy behind me on the bed. We'll be moving into a new house end of the month. I'm leaving this house on the 25th, and I'm going back to Parma at my in-laws' house. Much more stream-friendly setup. And then after that, we're going to Portugal, where I'll be streaming from a farm in the south of Portugal. Probably be sleeping in a tent, but I've got a little table set up, extension cables, hotspots. The streak will continue regardless. Moonwatcher, what's up, brother? Good to have you on the stream. Thanks for jumping on. Oh, one land. That's horrible. Okay. That's a little better. Don't know whether to keep the Grandmaster or two of these. Might regret that later. We need a 1-drop. Paladin Class would be ideal. The deck listens. Okay. See, I'm sequencing it here. Boom. A gabadoom. Found it? Which one is he countering? Oh, that sucks. Paladin Class, huh? Oh well. It's a party deck. Interesting.
I will not tolerate you. Consider the
Pressure, 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 pressure. Got some removal. That sucks. I've got stuff to kill enchantments though.
Always comes for evil.
Doomskar? Not Doomskar. Anything but Doomskar. Okay. Flooding out a little bit there. Down to 1 though. Could be Doomskar. I have a bad feeling it's Doomskar. Yeah. Why not? Okay. That's some serious shiz right there. I'm really liking this brew. It's nice and fluid. Took me a little while to figure out the patterns, the play lines, but it's feeling good. It's feeling solid. It's a nice build. There's no sweeper, but we are playing a lot of creatures, so we don't really want to be sweeping much. It's not going to go late. Our worst enemy is a good control deck, like probably Dimir control would be our worst matchup. And you know, like the God Hand of the Goblins deck might also be pretty bad to go up against, but otherwise it's good. 24 lands, you still flood, huh? What? Thanks, Auto Tapper. I wanted to cast that next, but you know. What a joke. We can double cast now, surely. Yes. Cooler, this little guy. It's like he's chewing on some... Nice.
Not even a meal before battle? You need not fight here.
That's a little problematic.
Perhaps learn some humility.
Ooh. Getting there. Two of those. Must have been a mistake.
Stay your hand. Let's talk.
That's so good, man. Quite painful, not gonna lie.
Observe the magic of goodness. Come, walk with me.
Oh, so close. I think we just got him next turn, right? I mean, can level up our Paladin Class and just double strike him for the win. Might even let this through. No, block.
peace, my enemy.
GG. Three straight wins back to back on stream. Feeling pretty good. Feeling very good. Little boy is waking up. I gotta be quiet. Yeah, Tradasara is ridiculous. The scry is so good. Opponent. If he thinks I'm gonna concede, he's got something coming. I ain't going nowhere. Giants and monsters loom on the horizon, and the elves plan to murder our gods. Who's next? Epic flavor text. Stinking mill deck. Yippee. Such a mistake. I was supposed to foretell. That was a misplay. Sorry, guys. I wasn't watching where my mouse was properly. Okay. Bouncy, bouncy. I'd like a Grandmaster. Mono blue, doing mono blue things. And the bounce spell. Goddamn dragon turtle. Takes it.
Be a god in disguise. I am proud of all my followers.
What I thought. Now, this is the question.
My acolytes are paragons of justice.
Oh, so nice, guys. So nice. It's just pulling through. Oh, it makes me so stoked. 4 straight wins. It's got to be some kind of a record. Suck it, mono blue. Makes me so happy. Counter spell. Bounce your creature. Look at me. I can bounce stuff. The strategy there was just to go nice and wide, keep the Imrith in check. Foretell Doomskar Prophet next turn. gonna be interesting. If we top deck a land, we're so happy. Ooh. Ouch. There's a Goldspan Dragon coming my way, for sure. I'm gonna save this. Tapped land. Slow down a bit. See what's coming. It's probably Goldspan. I'm ready to bet it's Goldspan. Bard class. That's lovely. Mosquito, but good guy. Ouch. Naya landfall. Mosquitoes are sucky. Okay, we need to try and get to Paladin Class. God. Scoot Swarm, really? Double Scoot Swarm? Oh my god. Oh, fuck off. Might just concede. It's absolute bollocks.
Do enough to thwart evil. No more, no less. Demonstrate your skill.
It could be fun. No, this is fucking over. Look at that. Nice, man. What a deck. That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. How disgusting is that? What a stupid card. Oh, he's a daddy's boy for sure. I might just call this one early tonight, guys, and get this boy back to bed. I think the initial 4 wins really highlighted the deck's potential, and yeah, I just don't want to keep him up too late. Alright, so boom, 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 boom.
Evil never rests, so neither will we.
Probably should have gone for the card draw, actually. Hopefully it's not another land. No. Okay. Ha! Is this a mistake on his behalf? I mean... Oops, no. Wait. Yeah. Okay. I think we just lose, no? I guess we just lose. Oh, let's see how many of these. So we're still taking 12, 13, 14, 15. Yeah, that's GG. Nice. Yeah, I shouldn't have attacked. We wouldn't have won anyway, but... yeah. Alright guys, I'm gonna hit the sack. We got to 15 minutes, 10 minutes short of the full stream. I gotta get this boy back to bed. I'll be seeing you all tomorrow with some fresh brews. I don't think there's anything we need to do to adjust this particular list. It's feeling really popping off. I hope you guys copy it and enjoy it, play it up and down the ladder. If you do so, please let me know in the comments like how it performed for you, what adjustments you would make, how you would run it, if you run different removal from the ones I'm running, all that kind of stuff. Yeah, and I'll be seeing you all tomorrow with a little bit of a sneak preview here. I'm on this lorehold spree and aggressive lorehold clerics. This is what we're looking at tomorrow. I won't be showing you inside the box. You'll have to come and jump on the stream to see it in action. But I'm gonna fine tune it tomorrow morning, and then it's gonna be ready for the stream tomorrow night. And until then, this is Lone Fox from the BrewLab, signing out. Peace, y'all.